So how do you find the best marketer in 2017? I think these points that I'm going to go through here are massively important and will really affect the quality of your marketing based on the hires that you make or even the team that you've got in place now. If you're auditing your current team or suppliers, it's really important that you bear this stuff in mind. Firstly, I think you go online and you do what research you can on them as an individual, and find out what they deliver in terms of value based on their knowledge of their sector through social media. I think it's a really important benchmark to see what they know and what they share and what they're willing to share. Point two, do they have credibility in their sector in terms of understanding how things work? Are they a practitioner? Do they use the tools on various platforms? Do they share the best knowledge that they possibly can find? And how often do they post? Where do they post? What things do they post? What kind of stuff do they post? Is there a good mix between what they share in terms of content that really matters and that's relevant, and plus stuff about themselves, and actually show that they understand how these tools work in various different ways? Another thing to also bear in mind in looking at them as a user is how they use analytics and data. Do they understand what it's all about? Are they going where they're getting the most attention? Are they pushing really hard into those areas? And is it working for them? Third point for me is understanding what their sources of information are. Where do they get their knowledge from? What do they study in terms of how they operate? Do they really understand how each of the different tools works? And therefore, does that show in terms of how they operate through the sources of information they're getting? Are they following things that are new? And are they actually learning anything new, or just doing the same thing over and over again? The final point for me is really to understand how long they've been on social media themselves and the platforms that they're using. Do they show a real depth of knowledge based on time, or have they just arrived on certain platforms doing certain things? I think it's really important to understand this and investigate this kind of stuff, because this decision for you today is a massive decision to make. If you get it right, it could mean great success, and I want you to get the best results that you possibly can.